Hi all, I am so excited to announce that I will be studying abroad for my final semester. I'll be studying at the Danish Institute of Study, otherwise known as DIS, in Copenhagen, Denmark. So I want to make this video before I depart to go over what I know so far and some common questions that I've gotten. So I decided that I wanted to create a vlog to document my journey through the next 4 months. And I wanted to do this for a few reasons. First, I thought it'd be a good way to kind of document the experiences that I have there so I can look back on those memories. And then I also wanted a way to share what I was up to with everyone back at home. And finally, I thought it'd be a good way to kind of keep up my videography skills. So one of the big questions is why I'm studying abroad, which is a very good question. And there were a lot of factors that played into my decision. And I think, first of all, I really have enjoyed my previous travel experiences. So being able to visit Vietnam and then live in Prague last year, I really appreciated getting to know a different culture and kind of being removed from my everyday life. And so since I had really great experiences with those programs, I thought that I wanted to do something again. And originally I was thinking about doing another J-term class where I'd just be gone for the month. But the one that I was looking at got canceled. And so I went into the study abroad advisor and kind of talked about what I was hoping to get out of the experience. And he said that, due to me really enjoying my previous experiences, he thought I'd be well fit to do a semester program. And so at first I was a little bit skeptical because being my last semester, this program would have to fit a lot of qualifications of having the right classes to fit my degree. And then I also wanted to be back in time for graduation. Plus I'd want to go somewhere that was interesting to me. And so after working with him, we found this program at DIS, which checked all of my boxes because it was in Scandinavia where I wanted to visit. And it's more of a robust program, and so they had lots of class offerings that fit what classes I needed in order to graduate. And this program is unique too in the fact that you can't just apply right to it. You actually have to be nominated by your school to apply because it is more rigorous and more hands-on. And they do a lot of experiential learning where you're really out in the field and all of the professors are professionals in their field, so they're speaking from real experience, which I think will be a really cool perspective to get when learning about these subjects. I'm really excited about studying abroad because I know that the program that I'll be studying with is really robust and I've heard such great things about it, as well as I feel like it's just a good time kind of in my career to go study abroad and gain new experiences. And then I'm just really excited to live in a different culture and learn about people who are different than me and learn about myself by being kind of removed from my everyday life. I think there's a lot of benefits to studying abroad my final semester. I think one being that I won't have to transition back to St. Thomas and then on to, kind of the workforce. But since I'm kind of finishing my senior year anyway, I'm going to be transitioning in my life, and so this is just kind of another transition from St. Thomas to studying abroad to the workforce. And so I think it's going to transition smoothly instead of trying to readjust to college before going out into the workforce. And I also think it helps that, being my senior year, I've had more experiences, and I think that I feel more prepared to go out on my own for a longer amount of time. Another reason of why I didn't study abroad earlier is because I was really involved on campus and I didn't want to miss out on all the things I was doing on campus. And my academic advisor had talked to me and kind of pointed out that I've done so much already, that I've already had those experiences and I've gotten those memories, and so this opportunity would be a chance for me to do something different and make new memories and gain new experiences that I wouldn't get if I stayed at St. Thomas. And so understanding that also kind of prompted me to want to study abroad. So I'm taking 4 classes like I normally would in a semester. So I'm taking a communication of new media and changing communities class, a class about the psychology of peak performance, as well as kind of a communication philosophy class on activism, and finally introduction to Danish language and culture. And so I'm excited to get kind of a variety of subjects in the Danish context. I'm also really excited about my schedule because I only have 2 classes each day and they're back to back in the middle of the day, which will be nice to kind of sleep in and then be done earlier in the day. I've also heard that on Wednesdays we have what they call study tours, which means that our classes can take us kind of out into the community and either see something that relates to our class or maybe visit a company or talk to professionals that relates to what we're learning. And so I'm really looking forward to kind of the hands-on experiential learning aspect that I think those Wednesdays will bring. I will be living in a living learning community right in Copenhagen. And so what that is it's going to be other American students in the program that all have a similar interest as me. And so I applied to a program that's the Arts LLC. And so I'll be living with other students who value learning about culture through art. And every week we'll have some kind of event or activity that relates to exploring the arts in Copenhagen. And so I'm really excited to be able to live with people that have a similar interest, but also be able to learn about the culture from a lens that I experience my own culture in. So I'll be living in an apartment in Copenhagen, and everyone in the building is a student at DIS. And then within my apartment building, it will be other students in the Arts LLC. And so I believe there's going to be 6 of us total in the apartment. I'm also really excited that I was connected with what they call a visiting host family. And so basically I've been paired with a family in Copenhagen to kind of get to know and do things with. And so I've emailed with them back and forth a little bit already, and they've been super friendly and helpful, kind of giving me advice on what the weather is like and maybe what to bring. I'm looking forward to seeing what perspective they give me about the culture and the area, and so I'm excited to get to know them as well. I think both the Study Abroad office at St. Thomas as well as the resources provided on the DIS website have helped me prepare quite a bit. I got to go to a Study Abroad orientation at St. Thomas that covered just generally, health and safety while abroad, and we had breakout sessions about adjusting to culture and, how to put your study abroad experience on your resume. But then also the DIS program has had a bunch of information on their website that you can look through, and I did kind of a pre-departure/arrival course that walked through a bunch of elements and information that I need to know. And so I felt that, kind of between my home university and my new university, they've done a really great job on kind of prepping me and giving the information that I need. In addition to that, I watched a vlogger who had been through the program before, so it was really interesting to hear her insight and kind of a little bit about her experience. And then I also got to talk to Ashley, who I knew through choir, that's also an alum of the program, and she was super helpful and very sweet about kind of, advice on what to pack or what to expect. And so it was really reassuring kind of hearing from someone who had been through the program before. So I had 3 weeks between kind of when finals ended and when I'm departing, and they went by fast. Granted, there was Christmas and New Year's, and so I got to see a lot of family, which was great. But besides that, I've kind of gotten together with friends to catch up with them before I go. I've had some last doctor's appointments I want to fit in before I left, as well as just getting everything in order and packing and printing out the right things that I need, and kind of all of that together has taken up the last few weeks. I definitely feel a range of emotions. I'm excited, also a little nervous, which I think is pretty normal, but I feel like I've prepared thoroughly, which kind of helps me feel better, but I've kind of had just waves of emotion where sometimes I get really excited. A lot of the time I've just been really focused on kind of preparing and going through my to-do list to get everything done, and then I'll just have like random moments where I'll be just like sitting in a car or thinking about something, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, like I'm actually doing this, like this is happening. And so one of my good friends asked, like, when do you think it's gonna hit you? And I don't know, it might not hit me until I get there. I remember when I went to Prague, it didn't really hit me until I was like driving to the airport. So I think, as I get closer to leaving, it still feels kind of surreal. And although I've kind of known this is coming, it feels a little bit weird that like today's the day that I leave, and pretty soon I'm going to be in my new home, and I know there's going to be a lot to take in when you're in a new culture and you're learning about a new school, so I'm kind of prepared to be physically and mentally exhausted from just taking a bunch of information in. but I think it's going to be really exciting, and I think I'm going to meet a lot of people, and I'm going to have a lot of great experiences, and so I think I'm ready to do this. So that is what I know before I go, and I will do my best to keep these videos updated as I want to share what I'm up to with everyone, but thank you for watching and keep in touch.